Deptford's budget process is underway. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is the Mayor of Deptford Township, Paul Medany. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Jill.
When we talk about your budget process, you have an overall budget of $29–30 million. But talk to us about what that budget actually means. Break it down for us.
Well, in any local municipal budget, about 20% of that's going to come to the local municipality to operate trash, police, code enforcement, whatever. And then approximately 50-something% goes to the school. We have a fire district in Deptford, and we also have a library system. So then that's a piece of the pie also.
So that's how it actually breaks down. But when we focus on that municipal portion of the budget, let's talk about that portion, and that's what we're focusing on right now. When we spoke about this last year, we talked about the idea of going department by department and assessing the most crucial needs within those departments. And that's what you did last year. But where do we stand now that you are continuing to work under a 2% budget cap and working to assess the most critical needs within the municipality?
We're still doing it. I mean, all year round, the local municipal budget's worked on in Deptford Township every month of every week of every year. So we did the same thing. In December, we met with the department heads. They gave us their needs and their wants, and wants is a big thing, and we have to tell them, no, you might want it, but you can't get it. Because we're strained, just like any other local municipal budget. That 20 cents on the dollar pays for a lot of things, and costs are escalating, salaries, pension costs, health costs. Health costs are going up again, probably 12 to 16%.
There are two people who really have a say within this budget, who are municipal employees. You have your CFO, you also have a township manager. You brought in a township manager at this point about a year and a half ago. Yes. How is that position working out? What do these two individuals, what role do they play in this budget cycle?
Well, it's working out real well, and they work in tandem. The CFO is Chief Financial Officer, and they work together to tell us what spending is going on, give us red flags, give council red flags, because it's actually council's function to formulate the budget. They advise us, they do the document, and then council has to make the hard decisions, what we're cutting and what we're going to spend on.
Now, let's talk about personnel and employees for the municipality. You actually haven't had any layoffs at this point, but you actually have gone down in size through attrition. You have not brought in additional staff. What has that meant in terms of services?
Well, thank goodness we're maintaining services, but we're strained. And, we've lost a lot of people through attrition in the past 3 or 4 years. I don't know what the exact number is, it fluctuates, but it's probably in the 20s in every department, including the police department. So what that means is, services are a struggle. The township employees, they may get beat up in the newspapers or whatever, but they're working very hard. They're dedicated. Most of them live in town. They're dedicated to their job, and they do a great job, and they're picking up the slack.
Municipalities have limitations in terms of revenue. You rely on property taxes, but in Deptford, you do have ratables, like the Deptford Mall, like other businesses. What does that mean to help offset your budget?
Well, it certainly does, especially businesses, because they don't put kids in schools. So, their money goes, but it's still cut up into the pie, into the piece of the pie. But the rateable chase certainly has an end to it, but right now, like you said, we have the Deptford Mall, we have some big boxes, and they certainly pay their lion's share of property taxes.
What about your debt ratio? Talk to us a little bit about where that stands and what that means in terms of your overall budget.
Well, what we do in Deptford Township is our borrowing capacity is approximately $98 million, but we hold that down to $18 million of debt, and it kind of stays there, and that's counting the money we borrow to do, say, a road program every year, which is $1 million. But we pay that amount off each year to maintain that. Our goal, and we have a program in place, is to actually pay down the debt, not increase it. But it's a struggle. It's a struggle to do it.
And we just have a short time left, but what do you anticipate for this budget moving forward?
Well, the anticipation is, well, first of all, we have to see what our state aid is, and every municipality is waiting for that. But what our goal is to maintain services and keep property taxes at a stable level. But interestingly enough, in Deptford Township this year, we have a reevaluation going on, which is another subject, so that's going to have an effect on it too.
Come back, give us an update. Let us know how this progresses.
Thanks.
Thanks. We've been talking with Mayor Paul Medany of Deptford Township. I'm Jill Horner for Comcast Newsmakers.